There we go.
Mm.
So I've went and made this, lowered the resolution on this. I'm thinking it might run a little bit better. That could have been it. Could have just not liked running at 720p. And that's all crunchy.
To be truly strong, it is important that you never feel weakness.
I swear they wrote him. It's like, how can we make him say as many S's as possible?
Today. Go and collect the money immediately.
Oh,
we
is
can
he
enter
missing
it
his
into the
front
casino
teeth?
account.
Maybe.
That's just mean. Alright, what am I doing? Okay, just go to the blue square. Alright, will do, Kenji.
If you were part of the mafia, what part would you be?
What's that even mean?
If you were part of the mafia, what part would you be?
I don't know what that means.
Like, I mean, that's just a question.
I don't know what you mean by
I
that.
don't know.
There's parts?
Yeah, like, well, there's parts of every company. You know, like, would you, I don't know, drive people around? Would you, be the people who are inside doing, like, the accounting stuff? Like, the desk job stuff? I don't know. There's a lot of different jobs in the mafia.
You asked me what would I do if I was in the mafia?
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually don't get a choice.
Yeah, that is true.
They usually tell you what to do in the mafia.
That's also true.
I wouldn't be in the fucking mafia. Oh!
Yeah.
Almost got him. It's Squid!
I don't know.
What the hell?
Oh, damn. Okay.
Well, we gotta wait for the cop to pass. Might just murder this man.
Yeah.
Just park my car right on top of him. That'll be good. Don't get up. Well, who? Did he get back up? Oh, okay.
Damn.
After his power nap. I don't know. It definitely wouldn't be anything to do with human trafficking.
Oh, yeah, no.
Um,
I don't know. I'm trying to find talking points, Colby. I'm trying to make conversation, okay?
Oh! Oh. Made some money. Excuse me. Picked up the briefcase. Hey, yo!
I can't pay you, and I wouldn't pay you if I could. Some young gang just dragged up the place. They took everything. You guys are useless. What kind of Yakuza are you anyway?
Damn.
Man, if I could talk, I'd be real pissed. Well, I guess I gotta go fuck some people up. Where's my people fucker upper? This'll do. Nope, nope, nope. Can't be having that copyright material.
Yeah.
That's why we can't really do Fallout videos anymore. We
Damn.
can do streams, but they get Oh, ah! When the game suddenly speeds up like that, that really sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to find some talking points, bro.
Well, the last ones you brought up got super serious.
Well,
I took a turn for this series.
Sorry. I like talking.
Driving around in... Where are these guys? Are they on the other island? Man, fuck off. I don't even know it's me. You should call me puta, you motherfucker. Pinche pendejo. Okay, well, that guy, it's definitely not this way. You know what's funny? Is they did remakes of these games. Well, kind of. And you would think that would be the best way to play them. Nope. Though I hear they just got an update not too long ago that not only removed the other developers' names from it, but fixed a lot of the issues. But yeah, it's they instead of just, I don't know, HDing them up, making them look a little bit prettier, and doing some quality of life improvements, like being able to look at your fucking map.
Yeah.
What they instead did was just a terrible fucking job, and also kind of changed the art style to where, like, this game doesn't have the most realistic art style, but I don't think that's because they were trying to look cartoony.
Yeah.
I think it's because they were limited, because if you look at the colors they're using, it's not exactly cartoony.
Yeah, it's
and
more of
vibrant.
a realistic
Exactly.
color palette.
Everybody looks square and boxy because that's what they had to deal with. That's all they could work with. That's all that would render.
Yeah.
So then they kind of gave everybody a weird cartoony style, and in some shots it looks okay, and in others it looks terrible. But the game, it also, if it rained, you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Like, it was like white lines in front of the screen that weren't see-through. It was terrible. Looked like it was raining cum. It was awful.
Ew.
It did.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah, it's terrible. That's why I don't do that spell anymore. But it also ran poorly, and
Yeah.
there was this one glitch that was really, really, really funny. So there were random times where it would mess with the speed of certain vehicles being driven by AI. So you would just be driving or walking around. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Wait for that to blow up. And you'd just be like walking around or driving, and then a car would go by faster than the speed of sound and like crash into shit. And it was insane. Like, and of course if it hit you, it would kill you immediately.
Damn.
And a lot of times it would happen in the middle of traffic, and it would explode like 8 or 9 cars in front of you and come out of nowhere, and you wouldn't know what would happen. And eventually people figured out it was the certain car, because you couldn't, they were so fast you couldn't see them. And people figured out it was some of the cars being driven by people were going like 1,000 miles an hour. No, faster than that, because you couldn't see them. And just ramming into the side of walls and buildings and shit. And then there was this other one, which I believe was present in the original game, or at least partly present, in San Andreas, but got much worse in the definitive editions, as they were called. When they were not definitive, they were terrible. Where planes would fall out of the sky.
Damn.
And it had, like, I don't know the exact reason, but like, not only would they would fall out of the sky, they would fall out of the sky near you, like they were trying to hit you. And it wasn't just, and it was random planes, but it wasn't just small ones, because if you look around, you'll see some planes in the skybox. You can't fly them, but they're just there for, you know, set dressing. But in San Andreas, there's some flyable planes. Well, it had something to do about them not rendering. I think there were 2 different ones. So sometimes they would target you, and for whatever reason, you would be viewed as an enemy, so they would try to ram a plane into you. And that would be very shocking if you were just walking around doing regular stuff, and a fucking plane comes out of the air and just crashes in front of and tries to kill you. The other one is the pilots. So if it was a plane that could be piloted by you, it usually has an AI driver, even if it's a plane. Because like in here, I can go up to any of these cars on the street and jack people.
Yeah.
And they're being driven by somebody. And if something isn't inside them, the game knows that the car shouldn't be driving. So it's the same thing for planes, even though you can't really jack a plane in the middle of the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try. I don't know if the physics of if San Andreas would allow you to do that. But you could try. It might work. But they still would have people in them. And those people would despawn. Because they were deemed too far away. So the game went, well, we don't need to be rendering them. So they need to despawn. And they would despawn, but the plane wouldn't. So the plane would just be flying, and it would just fall out of the sky and just go straight down.
Damn.
And I have a clip, I think on my Twitch somewhere, of that happening. I just finished the mission, and I was looking through some stuff that I had on me, and then a plane crashes in front of the trailer that I'm at.
God damn.
Just crashes straight into the ground. I'm like, what just happened? And stuff like that. It didn't make it a better game, but it did make it funny. So if you're playing it for videos, it made it fun to play for streaming and content creation. It did not make it enjoyable, but it was fucking funny. That, and they also used AI upscaling, but like the worst version of it, because some of the jokes got erased when they got upscaled. So, because they didn't just upscale and make it look prettier. Like, this stuff can upscale, which is why I turned it down. It was on 720 just to make things look a little bit smoother. But it's not AI, it's just doing it. Well, they used the AI program to upscale it for them, and then they released it, and it didn't just smooth things out. It over-smoothed certain things out, so certain words were unreadable. And certain jokes were gone, and there's this one joke, and it's just a stupid joke, but it's in San Andreas. It's a donut shop, and it has a sign, like a big McDonald's sign, and it has a nut, like a nut and a bolt, but it's just a nut, and it's, it's got the corners, the edges, the straight edges. And when they did the AI, it smoothed out all the edges and turned it into a circle.
Damn.
So now the joke doesn't make any sense because they're supposed to be donuts. Like,
Yeah.
they made a joke because they could only render it and it looked too square, so they just made it look like a nut. And that was the joke. It's like, oh, they're donuts. Oh, it's stupid. Now the joke doesn't make any sense. But it also doesn't look like a sign of a regular donut. It's just this weird, like, metal-looking circle.
It would appear your attempts to dissuade the Jamaicans from becoming bedfellows with the cartel were wholly inadequate.
Bitch, I did what you told me to do.
Street selling packets of spank like they were selling hot dogs. Those cartel pigs are laughing at
You want to
us.
spank your
And
dog?
me,
Okay.
I will give you one last chance to prove my sister's faith in you to be well-founded. Run these scumbags into the ground.
Why are you
and
mad
wash
at me?
your shame
You
in
told me.
rivers of our
I did
enemies'
exactly
blood.
what you told me to do. Like, to the letter. You must murder at least 8 dealers. Okay.
God damn.
Oh, give me this. This is for the Yakuza, so don't be mad. Let's see what's on Chatterbox.
Oh god.
Well, I'm not a masticating cow, so I really don't enjoy chewing damp hay and prancing around in leggings, shouting, "Hi-ya!" Okay, that though, I'm warning you this time. Do not get me angry. Bad.
Oh, it's the dojo guy. Oh, we've already heard that. Stupid. And then the sex guru,
Oh
who was
yeah.
pretending to be
From Spain or something like that?
he was some sort of Latin or Hispanic, unidentified, which you can be one
Yeah.
or the other or both. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's always both, but that's not how it works.
And he's
like-
like, oh right, I'm not actually from.
If you're from Brazil, you're just Latin. You're not Hispanic because they don't speak Spanish.
Yeah. And he was like trying to get people to have sex with each other or him. It was so gross.
Have to be a Latin-speaking country or Hispanic. That one gets weird. So they're Latin because, of course, they're in Latin America. But they only speak a Latin language. They don't speak Spanish. To be Hispanic, you have to be from a Spanish-speaking country. Or your roots have to hail from there. Spain is Hispanic, but it's not Latin because it's not Latin. They're, a bunch of whiteys. I saw someone today, and it was all to make some stupid kind of racist joke, but they were talking about that there are white people in Mexico because of the Germans. A bunch of Germans moved there at one point in time, and I'm like, no, there's white people in Mexico because of the Spaniards. Why do we forget that? I guess we also forget that Russell Crowe played a Spaniard in Gladiator. Like, that's who he's playing, and it makes complete sense because Spaniards are white. Spaniards look like they invented being white. They're so white. White and hairy.
Just like you?
European hairiness is crazy because a lot of natives, a lot of indigenous people aren't hairy. Some can't grow hair in a lot of places. Facial hair is limited. If you can have any at all, usually they don't have a lot of leg or arm hair. Don't know why that is. I just know that's a thing.
Cool.
But when you put them Spanish genes on them, all of a sudden the two things put together makes like super hairy people.
Yeah.
Because the Spanish are also very hairy. But it's usually the hair is a lot lighter and sometimes thinner. So it doesn't pop up as much unless you're Italian. But then when you put something with someone who has a lot darker and thicker hair and you start putting it all over their body, it becomes a lot more apparent.
Yeah.
Which is fine, we're mammals. But that's why that happened.
Cool.
Because I guess it would make sense if you lived in a place where it was hot all the time to not have hair all over your body. That would suck.
Yeah.
It's almost like I know from experience. I'm not like my brother. My brother, you can take a shirt off and you can't even tell. It's bad. It's real bad. It's Sasquatch. It all left his head, went to his chest.
Damn.
Hey, we all grew up terrified of that. Terrified that we were all going to lose our hair because none of our uncles have hair. And then, just... Oh, there he is. No, don't shoot the woman!
Oops.
I'm afraid to keep driving this thing, but it's what I got. And then our grandfather doesn't have hair, and we're always told it's based on who? It's based on your mom's side. And man, it ain't good on our mom's side. However, apparently that's not 100% accurate. It actually is pretty 50-50. Though one parent can carry, a lot of times you can carry certain genes, and then there can be ones that are mainly male-dominated genes, so it's like you usually get this from your father or sometimes you get them from your mother, but apparently hair isn't like that. Which does make sense because I have a combination of both my parents' hair, because they both have very thick hair, and that's why my hair just does not want to do what it's told at all at any point in time. That, and there's also hormone problems that we have that also can control hair stuff.
Yeah.
I still got most of my hair, but it likes to grow weirdly, and always has done that. A lot of times it likes to grow up instead of and out instead of down. Oh, okay. It's running very slow. My sister actually started losing her hair. She started losing her before I lost mine. Lost any of mine, and then she figured out what it was. Stress and some other shit. Apparently not able to eat anything. Eat like 3 things. As long as she eats 3 things, she's good. Because God has blighted us. And then Clint started doing that too. And then he got super skinny. I don't know if it would actually help me that much. My weight seems to just make up its own mind.
What, keto?
Well, he started kind of going crazy on it. But he lost a lot of weight. And then I got real skinny for a second there. And we don't know why. I didn't change my diet. I didn't do anything different. I just started losing weight and could not keep it on.
Yeah, I had
But
that problem.
and I went from
Handyman.
trying to
Lydia's
lose
all
fat
tied
and
up at
couldn't
the
do
moment,
anything.
but
I
I'll
was
tell
actually
her you-
gaining weight.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Um,
know I've been a naughty girl, but I really need to pee, okay?
It's time you met our man inside the LP.
Oh, this stupid
Here's a
the
payment.
phone mission. That's why I was.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, we were because I was doing hard labor and also lifting and trying to lose weight and build muscle, and I wasn't losing any fat. I think it was actually my muscles weren't building up that much either. And then all of a sudden, I just started losing weight one day, and it just was falling off so fast I couldn't keep up with it. I couldn't buy clothes fast enough. I lost like 40 pounds in 2 months.
God damn.
And then on the rebound from that, my body's been kind of screwed. Because that wasn't normal, nor was it supposed to happen. And we don't know why it happened.
Yeah, I've always had trouble keeping weight on, but that's just because, like, as a kid, I suffered from really bad malnutrition. Like, there wasn't a lot of food in the house, and that was by design, type of situation, you know? So, like, now, even if I eat 3 meals a day, like 2 to 3 snacks, I still can't put any weight on. Like, it just gets eaten up.
You've been putting weight on since you've been living with me.
I know, but the thing is, I can't get over 114. For some reason, it's always that number. It's so weird. I don't know why.
Where you been all my life?
Hey, stop!
Where'd I put my car?
Like, I also think it's part of that mysterious chronic illness thing that I've got going on.
Could have a thyroid problem.
It could be.
My metabolism is shot.
Yeah.
God, I hate the fucking. That ran me off TikTok for a while because I kept getting on these. I kept seeing these like fitness influencers who are just telling people stupid shit and basically blaming them. And I'm like, and they're like, it's not about cortisol, it's not about that, not about that, blah blah. And I'm like, listen here, motherfucker. What you're saying isn't technically wrong. You're like, it's all about calories in, calories out. As long as you do that, you'll be fine. And I'm like, what you're saying isn't technically wrong. You're telling people that they're not doing enough without giving them any further information.
Yeah.
Because yes, it is about calories out, calories in, calories out, right? If you burn more than you take in, you will lose weight. That's just how that works. They're like, there's no disease that can fight thermodynamic, blah, 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 blah. It's true. Here's some here's some things though. How many calories are you burning normally? Did you know? Because you can't just base it off of what you're working out. You have to know what your baseline is. So first you have to figure that out, and that can change daily.
Yeah.
So even if you're following the same regimen, it may not work. On top of that, if you start reducing your calories, if your body burned the same all the time, then just reducing your calorie count would be fine, right? And eventually, you would starve to death, right?
No.
But your body doesn't work that way. If it notices, oh, I'm only eating 1,000 calories a day, and that's not good, and if you're burning too much over that, yeah, it's going to get bad. But your metabolism will change and start burning less regularly. It will fuck up your metabolism, which is the rate at which you burn. Now, there's other stuff as well. Like there is the working out and the exercise and shit, but if your metabolism is slow and gets slower, then that's not your fault. So like, it's not just calories in, calories out. There's all this other information you need to know before you can even approach that. And we failed this mission again because it fucking sucks. And there's also the fact that, so let's say you're doing just calorie restriction. Well, here's another fun fact. You can't spot train fat loss. Cannot do it. It's not possible. You can spot train muscle growth, but you cannot spot train fat loss. So you're doing all this stuff, cutting all these calories, doing this, right? but your belt line, your waistline isn't getting any
That's my
slimmer. In
handsome
fact, it might be
handyman.
growing. Well, how is that possible, right? I'm not losing any fat. I'm not losing this. It's because you cannot spot train fat. Well, then what's your body burning? Everything else. It will start eating at your muscle because your body can get screwed in such a way to where it'll start eating muscle first.
Yeah.
And then it can also eat your bones, especially if it
Yeah.
believes that it needs to keep giant stores of fat on you for whatever reason. So there's that. There's also something that I learned that your body, and I don't know how it does this, and I don't know how this is possible. But if you have alcohol in your system, your body will not burn any excess calories or anything else until it has burned up all the alcohol in your system. So if you're consistently drinking and have alcohol in your system, your body won't burn anything until it's burned all the alcohol first. Which is interesting. And I find that interesting in so many different ways because of how the alcohol and ethanol and all that is made and its chemical makeup. And that it does come from sugar and fermentation. So is it possible that your body could be making something that is similar? Is there other compounds that it could be making on its own or making too much of and your body needs to get rid of first and thinks that you have too much of it and it won't start doing things until it's also rid of that? It's not an exact science. Yeah, you can say, oh, it's this simple. Yeah, it's this simple.
For you.
Well, no, it's that simple, except it's like telling someone, so they need to make a trip, right? And they need to be able to cover 1,000 miles, right? But their car can't make it, right? And you just tell them, well, it's all about how much gas you have in the tank. If you have enough gas, it'll make it. How much gas do I need? If you have enough, you'll make it. But how much gas do I need? If you have enough is what you need. What is enough?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know what that baseline is. I don't know, what's your miles per gallon that your car gets. Also, your car could be burning more gas than it's supposed to. If there are things that can go wrong and it starts just burning through gas, actually wasting fuel, because it's the engine's firing wrong. Something's wrong, right? It's not being as efficient as it could be. All of this crap. But you're just saying if you just have enough gas. If you have more than what it takes to get there, then you'll be fine. Yeah, but how much do I need to get there? And all you're telling them is the same thing. You're not actually giving them the information that they need.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's about this. Yeah, but if you have all these problems,
Damn.
and if your calorie count, if the amount that your body burns changes on a daily basis, which it can, and it could get to a point where it gets lower and lower and lower, especially if your body feels that it's under constant stress, which a lot of people who've gone through trauma do. Their body is constantly making adrenaline, like me. Then your body starts acting differently.
Yeah, it starts to
And it
tweak out or
that survival mode
crash.
crap is serious, and it's not something you can think your way out of or press your way out of. Now you can get lucky and find the secret, or just find something that works, but then one day you'll wake up and all of a sudden all the stuff that you're doing doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
There's a similar thing with when trying to build muscle, and they talk about plateauing. And it's like, but I'm still working out and I'm still this, but I'm plateaued, And it's like, it's because you're used to the weight. You're not. It's not breaking down the same. And I hate this fucking mission.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? Real quick, I'm gonna go in my house. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna attempt this one more time. But it's like that's. It's similar, except that in that case, you pretty much know what you need to do. It's like, oh no, my butt, oh, is it easy to lift now? Yeah, okay, well then you need to make it not easy. But you can also only push your body so far, because the idea is to break down and build back up. Well, what if it's not building itself back up?
Yeah.
Right? It's the reason people with higher metabolisms You know, there's these people that can eat whatever they want and never gain weight. It's because their metabolism is really, really high. It's just really, really, really high. Yes, they are burning more calories than they take in, but they're not doing anything extra to burn those calories. And you get another person does the exact same as this other person, and they're gaining pounds of fat. Why? It's because their metabolism is different, even if they're eating the same diet. Then you have to figure out what their metabolism is, and that can change. It can change for a variety of reasons. And it's the fact that you're just telling people and saying it's all your fault without telling them how to fix the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all about calories in, calories out. And people hear that and think they're just being told the same thing, which they are. And what you should say, yes, it is about this and about thermodynamics, except you have to, there's this other part about thermodynamics you need to understand, which is how much calories are you burning? No one burns the same amount of calories doing anything.
Yeah.
So that and we'll do all these high intensity workouts, okay? And that can burn calories, but doing that, if you do that workout at the same intensity as another person, it's not going to burn the same amount of calories between the two people, just because of how your body is burning. It might burn more with one person, it might burn less. And also, even when it's burning, because if their baseline's already higher than you, then they're going to be burning more calories. But on top of that, you have God dang it, you have the fact that you could be burning all these calories and be fine, but you're not burning any fat because your body's burning everything else. And until it starts attacking certain places, and we just don't know how to make it do that.
Mm-hmm.
If we knew how to do that, just straight up, then that would be sold. And the thing with Ozempic is, we're finding out a lot of great things about it, and it's true because it's fixing some things, mainly because what I've been told is this is by my actual doctor. I just don't know how right they are about this. It's because it's not even about losing weight that these people are feeling better. It's because it's fixing some gut biome things, and we might just be finding out that some of these side effects are actually improving these people's lives. Similar to how Viagra, when Viagra was originally produced, it was a blood pressure medication. And then they found out that all these people were getting rad boners, and were like, we can make more money selling it. I do the same thing every time I drive right by it. We can make more money selling it that way. Also, Viagra has another side effect, but it's never been marketed that way. Apparently, it's great for people with periods.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, isn't it super great for, like, periods?
Apparently, it's great, but they've never marketed it that way, but they found out it gave them boners, and they were like, hell yeah. Even though they could have made shit ton of money off of blood pressure medication.
Yeah.
But they found out that there was that side effect, because it's really good about blood flow. That's all it is blood flow.
Well,
so,
yeah, you gotta have blood flow down there.
So, it's really good at regulating blood flow. So, all kinds of shit like that. So, but there is a problem with Ozempic, because the people, they talk about Ozempic face or this or that or everything, or that something doesn't look right when all these people are losing a bunch of weight, is because it seems to be burning it evenly. For whatever reason, and some of it's because it's making people just not eat, and that can have a problem.
Yeah.
Whereas they're not just burning fat, because you can't just do that. You can't just burn fat, because you can't spot train it. But they're losing a lot of fat too. But it's also eating up all of their muscle, and it's not just eating up regular muscle; it's eating at their skeletal muscle, especially for people whose bodies are already kind of screwed up. And where they're already eating muscle first. So Ozempic kind of speeds up this process, so then they'll eat up a lot of their skeletal muscle and they'll look weird. And then, but they'll lose all their fat too. And they end up having some problems. And then what you have to do is build up all that muscle again. A lot of people don't get to that phase, or we don't see them get to that phase. And... What the hell? Oh my god. Oh my god. No. No, 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 no. You stupid fucking video game.
Oh man.
I had it. I had it.
Yeah, you
And then
did.
it wouldn't let me jump over the stupid hedges. Whatever. Oh, do it one more time. I had it.
I heard that Ozempic is originally for diabetes.
It was. It and GLP, whatever, 1 drugs. But they found out a bunch of stuff. It then got popular because of the weight loss thing. But it has a lot of good uses. Like, a lot of great... Apparently, it's making people less depressed, and they're not 100% sure why. They thought it was just because they thought they liked the way they looked. Like, oh, they're...
Which, yeah, that's valid
and that can. But with clinical depression, that wouldn't work.
It's my handsome handyman.
Because it's clinical, but it's actually helping people with their clinical depression. It's like, so what is it? Is it a body dysmorphia thing? Is that? And it's like, there's something about it. And they think it has to do with the gut. It's something about it.
Yeah.
And how you actually... Dude, I drive down this wrong way
The
every
gut
time.
is...
Okay, now you're really loud for some reason.
Sorry. The gut is the key to the heart.
Well, I mean, that's where your nutrients are processed. If something is stopping the nutrients from being... Just because something goes to your stomach doesn't mean it gets processed right.
Everything is connected.
Well,
It's actually been shown that, like, if you're eating healthily, healthy isn't a very broad term. If you're eating enough, then you will get a little bit better. It is important. It's really one of those, like, roll your eyes when
well,
you
it's not
think
just
about
that,
it.
but also healthy is different from everybody.
Yeah.
And the reason we talk about healthy is not just salads and crap.
Oh, no.
The reason salad is seen as a healthy food is not just because leafy greens are good. It's because...
A variety of things are in there?
No, it's because it stops you from
Get to
eating.
the phone in West Belleville Park.
It fills up your stomach. It satiates you, and then you won't go to your snacks or whatever. But salad can actually be pretty unhealthy because people douse it in dressing.
Yeah.
And its caloric intake is the same as everything else. But if you take something, if you eat 1,000 calories of something, right? And it fills up your entire stomach to the point where you feel like you're going to throw up, and it stays in your stomach all day long, you're not going to feel hungry. Versus if you eat 2,000 calories of something that's the size of a pill, even though you have way more calories and should feel technically better and get that energy, you're not satiated. Right? That's just how that works. But no two people are the same, and how they digest shit isn't the same. So if something that's really healthy for someone, right, you got all these superfoods, all these nutrients. Well, if you eat it, someone eats it and they get every last drop of it, all those nutrients, it's all great. And then you eat it, and for whatever reason your body gives you half.
Yeah.
Because of something. Then it's not really matter how healthy you're eating, you have to fix something if you want to get the full benefit. And we know that this is like this because you can even look at the, what do they call it?
Get to the phone in South Belleville Park.
So I was going to say circle of life, but I forgot what it is. You know those, like, chains they show you? It'll be like,
Food chain?
sun goes into plants, and plants go into cow, and the cow goes into person, and then the person either dies or shits out, and then that goes to fertilizer, and then somehow it goes right back to plants.
Yeah.
Right?
Food chain.
When there's a percentage of a loss every time.
Well, yeah.
Right? So, like, when the cow eats the grass, it's getting, I forgot the percentage of all the nutrients and stuff that it got from the sun. And then when we eat the cow, we only get about 10% from the plants. However, it's not also including all the shit that the cow also naturally has. Other thing is, like with pregnant women, they'll start eating weird things because their body is craving the trace nutrients.
Oh.
You got people that are eating ashes and stuff because they
like
want those trace nutrients.
Yeah.
People who are starving and who are like starving or castaway, stuff like that, and they'll eat fish, and then they'll start, there's a story I heard this guy, he was like, he got some fish because he was either on an island or he was on a raft. He eventually gets rescued. I forgot how he got stuck out there, but he did. And he was really, really hungry, and he noticed that when he was eating fish, he wasn't eating fish like he usually would.
Is this gay? Is this a grinder hookup?
No.
Those are the bathrooms.
But when he went,
You must be Azuka's new
I'll let this play out first.
You got the money. Is it all here? I know what you're thinking. Another bent cop. Well,
Yeah.
it's a bent world. Just because I lost a few partners, those suckers from Internal Affairs have started sniffing around. Reckon they can smell me. Well, this city is one big open sewer. But I'm gonna need some non-union help. And if you're interested, you know where to find me.
Well, he said that, so when he was eating these fish, and that normally he would just eat the meat and throw everything else away, right?
Yeah.
And he did that at first, and he was like, or not, he did it at first, he was like, that's all he wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's usually all he wanted when he ate fish, and he was a person that liked fish. And now when he was eating, he would look at their eyes and was watering at the mouth, and he was like, what the hell? And he didn't realize anything, but he started eating the fish's eyes, and he would eat like parts of their bones and their organs and stuff like that. So then when he got saved and came back, and he was like, hey, what? Was it just because I was crazy or what?
He took more bribes than anyone. He thinks he's gonna get an honorable discharge if he turns state evidence. He just squealed. He's under armed protection.
It's echoey in here.
Yeah, bro.
Some apartment behind a car park. Torch that place. That's it. Flush him out and you'll put them down. Make sure he never talks to nobody.
So anyway, he was asking, he's like, hey, what was up with that? Because, like, I had plenty of fish. Like, it wasn't like I was... I mean, he got to a point where he was catching them reliably, so he's like, it wasn't like I was even really starving. So what was it? And they were like, oh, it's because you needed nutrients, and your body knows what has those nutrients in it somehow. Somehow he has the information. His body had the information, and it was like it wanted you to eat the eyes. And he's like, yeah, but I thought they were tasty. If it was just something I need, like there's lots of stuff that I've needed, and they'd be like, eat this because your body needs it, and it's terrible. It tastes bad. And he goes, you may have needed it, but your body didn't know or care. At that moment, it did. And it was like, eat them fish eyeballs, eat them fish guts and stuff, and they taste good, don't they? And it was like, they do. They did. And it's because it wanted those nutrients.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience, though not as extreme. I went on what they call an elimination diet. People usually do these with... Is there a way to aim? Okay.
Ah. Damn.
People usually do these. You hear about them with potato. Damn. Only took 3 tries, but I got there. Oh, I forgot to fire. I don't have a car because I blew mine up.
Yeah.
Usually with potatoes, but it's the idea is usually you just eat one thing. Of course it failed. Of course it fucking failed. You eat one thing because it's elimination, and then you work your way up. Right? You either do it to clear your system, or you do it to find out if you're allergic to something. You just eat the one thing, and then after a while, and then you start adding things back to your diet to see how it works. I just did the clear, and I just wanted to try it to see how I would feel. And I just ate meat.
Yeah,
You just eat meat. And I did it for a month. It's just nothing but meat, and it was kind of miserable. But I did start to feel a little bit better, and I did lose a lot of weight, but it wasn't this drastic change I was expecting. But I did notice this. Before I did this, I would eat a salad every now and then, and I would hate it. I would only do it because it was given to me, or I felt like I should do it, and I hated it. Like, I straight up hated it. I also didn't really like ranch all that much. So then, that and stuff that was sweet before was like super sweet now. So then once I got off it, I was like, you know what? I want a salad. Like, I'm actually craving a salad. And I've never, up to this point, I've ever liked salad or anything green. Like I just hate it.
Yeah.
So then I went, got my salad, and then before even putting dressing on, I also hated tomatoes. Hated tomatoes. I still kind of don't like tomatoes all that much, but the salad I got was an H-E-B one, had like cherry tomatoes in it, and I got it and ate them, and I was like, oh my god, these tomatoes are so good. And then from then on, I've had a taste for salad. It's not as extreme as it used to be, but when I did this, it was incredible. Like, this was like some of the best food I've ever had. Like, oh my god. And then I was like eating fruit, and it tasted so good and all this. And it was because my body was like, you need these nutrients, man. You need all this stuff. You need your leafy greens.
Yeah.
It's delicious. And man, it would be great. I'm gonna die. Whatever.
Yeah.